Thank you for coming. Thank you. Nice meeting you. All right, thank you. I'll see you all again.
Mr. Greene, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Okay, you talked about the difficulty of creating jobs and that is your sort of specialty and what you're running on. Mention, if you would, the unique difficulties of creating jobs in a place like Liberty City that has so many other issues and pathologies and issues of crime, etc. What would you do differently than...
Well, okay, if you look at I was just at that failed Stackhouse project. There's a perfect example.
But what would you do differently?
Well, we would have had a real project. We would have had a developer who had been qualified. He would have been checked out before he was just handed all this money. He was having a big party, paying $10,000 in a tent for a groundbreaking, but everyone knows there was nothing there. The tenants he had lined up weren't lined up at all. We own all that. He came in as a fraud. He took the money that from this community, took not only our taxpayer money, but money that belonged in this community for you people. He took it and stole it. And then after he stole it, we found out the tenants he said he didn't even have. I've read this reports. MIT was never coming here. Wyeth was never coming here. It was just a big fraud. And so I think the first thing is when we said we'll get real development here, real job creators here, and we'll do our homework and make sure that before we give them any money, we know that they're going to do it. But you know, these areas have to be revitalized. There's no question about it.
Jeff, you said in a recent interview that you didn't think that Congressman Meek would win demographics or that you had an edge demographically. Could you explain what you meant by that?
Well, look, I mean, I'm 55 years old. You know? I mean, we talk all the time about senior citizens in the state, and I think that question was after they were asking me, like, how do you know, do I understand better what a senior is? I guess they felt I'm calling me a senior citizen, which wasn't very nice. I'm only 55, but I'm a lot closer to retirement age than Kendrick is, and I think that I understand better, you know, what it's like when people turn 65 and they in some cases can't make a living anymore, and they depend on Social Security and Medicare, and that's why we'll fight for those programs to be protected harder than anybody.
So you didn't mean it that because he's a black candidate that you didn't think he could win statewide?
Of course not.
Jeff, here you are in the congressional district that Kendrick and then before him, his mother has represented. What is your message to black voters that you can represent their interests better than Kendrick Meek?
Well, I mean, I just came from the site where this corruption, this Stackhouse corruption was happening, and you know what the people were telling me? They said, you've just spent in 10 minutes here, 10 minutes more than Kendrick Meek is spent in that spot. So, I mean, I think that Kendrick Meek has neglected his district, he's neglected his state. Look at these people. I'm humbled by the support I'm getting right here in Kendrick Meek's district. I mean, I'm going to represent every single person in Florida. I mean, this isn't about one county or the other, but especially places like this. These are the people that need help more than anyone else. And Kendrick Meek, to be the representative and to have all of his local constituents coming out, so many of them, in my support of